If buying groceries were a game, what are some of the loading screen tips? You guys overestimate the quality of loading screen tips. After selecting your items, you can pay at the counter. Need many groceries? Get a cart. Don't forget to reload Dr. Freeman. Get fruit in the fruit section, and dairy in the dairy section. It's a bad idea to take meat from the broken fridge. You need food to live. Food costs money. You will have to wait in line to check out. A low luck stat can result in the person in front of you to take much longer in finishing their transaction than normal. Lisa needs braces. Dental plan. I have 3 kids and no money. I want no kids and 3 money. $20 can buy many peanuts. Explain? Money can be used in exchange for goods and services. Woohoo! Always check the price by unit. Is that family size really cheaper than the normal one? Also consider how much you'd actually use. What's the point in buying 36 ounces if you'll only use 10 and throw the rest out in 2 weeks? My mom always bought the biggest thing of potatoes because it was cheaper, and then half the bag would rot because, surprise, we don't eat that many potatoes. I thought that was just how it had to be, for years. It was an amazing feeling to buy a smaller thing of potatoes for myself as an adult, and then to finish it all with no waste. I got divorced about a year ago. I have my daughter about half the time. I used to do the grocery shopping for the household, and it's been very difficult for me to adjust to buying the correct quantity of things now. Instead of groceries for 3 every week, it's more like groceries for 1, because when my daughter isn't here I often just eat whatever or order out, so neither one of us eats here every single meal every single day. I've transitioned to buying more frozen stuff and storing it to try to combat the waste. But it's hard to not buy the big bag of carrots, even though I always end up throwing half of it out. Tip: don't shop on an empty stomach. You'll end up buying extra junk food. Get refrigerated and frozen items last. And load the checkout lane how you want them bagged. Heavy hard items first, frozen items together. Produce then fragile last. Then bagging is easy edit. Am I the only one who prefers to bag my own? I'm faster anyway. As a cashier, I appreciate this so much. Oftentimes people will just toss their stuff up randomly, and I'll either have to put next to nothing in each bag or wait until I can get something that actually will go. For example, customers will get like 5 boxes of cereal and I'll get 1 box at the beginning, but then they'll start tossing up produce items and whatnot, and I'll be left standing there waiting for the other 4 boxes so I can efficiently bag edit. While my most upvoted comment on Reddit is now about bagging groceries. The cashier bags the items where you live? Make a list of things you wish you had in the moment during your day-to-day life to remind yourself what things to buy at the store. I keep a magnetic notepad on the fridge for exactly this. First page is a shopping list, second page is meal planning ideas. If I'm cooking and I use the last of the garlic or I notice we're almost out of eggs, I jot it down right then. If I'm folding laundry and all of a sudden I'm like, wings would be good this week, it goes on page 2. When I go grocery shopping, the work of planning and figuring out what we need is done. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. Always check the price per kilogram instead of the total price. Particularly egregious here where the flyers and labeling in store will advertise price per pound, with the price in kg in small print elsewhere. Being that this is Canada, that small print is what I'm actually looking to pay. In England, however, they always pay in pounds. Sigh. When you see little semicircle marks on pears, it means somebody has dug their nail into it checking they're ripe, and then bought the ones they haven't damaged. Same for peaches. I used to work in the produce section. Any prepackaged produce, such as fruit bowl, came from damaged fruit that we couldn't sell. A pack of strawberries has a few fuzzies. Cut up the rest and sell them in a bowl. Somebody dropped and cracked a papaya. Cut it up and sell it. And the markup is ridiculous. A pineapple costs $3 and takes me 5 minutes to cut up. Half of a pre-cut pineapple at the store cost $8. Price of item plus time in minutes to cut. Price of cut up item x2 edit. Here's a better one. Price of item plus time in minutes to cut, x2 price of cut up item edit 2. Apparently the second one is wrong. I understand why the stores mark it up so much, but for the consumer, I don't think they understand just how much extra they are paying and how easy it is to do yourself. Sure, there are plenty of people who buy them because the convenience is worth the cost. But I did have people regularly ask for certain fruits, because they didn't know how to do it themselves. I found out a couple of years ago that having access to prepackaged fruit is really helpful for people with physical disabilities and arthritis. It increases their independence in daily life by not having to wait for a caregiver to help out with the prep. On the other hand, I can't be asked to core a pineapple. There's no such thing as saving money by buying an item because it's on sale if you didn't intend to purchase it in the first place. Edit, there will always be another sale. Unless the sale makes you change your dinner plans to something equally healthy but cheaper than what you intended. 2-for-1 pizza sauce? No veggie lasagna tonight. Sounds more likely. Checking expiration dates. Ugh, I already do that enough at my job. Side note, expiration dates are not always 100% accurate. Your food might go bad well before then. When you find the expiration date and it's some sort of encrypted code that you have to decipher is extremely infuriating. Avoid the coughing old man. The milk is in the back so you get distracted before you get there. If you can run fast enough, no one will stop you from stealing something. There was a grocery store that put essentials in a case by the front door so you didn't have to run to the back of the store. It was basically milk, eggs, butter, cream cheese and coffee creamer. So you walk in, grab your milk, go to express lane, pay and leave. You spent maybe 2 minutes in store. Sorry, was is only there because I moved away. It's still there, lol. It's Wegmans. Wegmans is the best grocery store. While more agile than a cart, the basket holds fewer items. The cart can be used to ram competitors. Buy frozen goods and dairy last to maximize bonus points. The drunk debuff might increase efficiency in the beer run and corner store levels. Always make a list. If you know the layout of the shop, put the items in the order in which you will pass them there. My grocery stores app has a list making feature that will automatically sort all of your items by which aisle they're in. It will also recommend items you often purchase and let you know if they're on sale or if there's a coupon available. What? Where is this magical place where you shop? Get fragile foods last. Check your eggs haven't cracked before purchasing. Check if your eggs are hatching. You could get a 2-for-1 deal. Bagels in the bread aisle are $3.69, but you can get some good ones for half that in TBE refrigerated aisle. A lot of frozen items are like this. Frozen meals, pizzas, meats, etc. The frozen stuff is way cheaper, sometimes half the price, and you'll either likely be freezing this stuff anyway or using it within a week, in which case it thawing in the fridge doesn't matter. The generic brands taste just as good. Except off-brand mac and cheese, it's shite. Food containing excess fat and sugar may lead to permanent changes to your character's waistline. That was the worst feature the devs created. I think those assholes don't want to acknowledge it was a bug so they don't have to fix it. If buying groceries were a game, the difficulties go from easy to 2020 mode. Keep your distance from other buyers, or you might cause a second wave. Also, you must solve this maze we've taped to the floor. The other players keep no-clipping through the maze and going down the aisle from whichever direction they want, increasing their groceries per second while legit players waste time doing the maze mechanic. The developers need to hotfix it ASAP. Avoid the center of the stores and only shop the perimeter for the most nutritious and fresh foods. If you want to have fun, use the self-checking and try the job of cashiers yourself. Tip: check prices are correct on receipt before exiting game. Do people do this? I don't think I've ever done it in my life. I only do it when I feel like the total sum seems a bit odd. Like I generally have an idea of what the total will be and then sometimes it's a lot higher than that. One time it was quite a bit too high because the cashier had registered my 10 plums as 10 cauliflowers. The name is slightly similar in my language. A similar tip would be to look at the screen that shows what the cashier just beeped. Then you can see if the price is right.